The cabin was filled with soft chatter, the hum of engines steady in the background. Families settled into their seats, business travelers opened laptops, and children clutched their toys. But in the middle of first class, 3 little boys, triplets dressed neatly in matching red shirts, became the target of an unthinkable outburst. A flight attendant, face twisted in disdain, leaned down and hissed words that silenced the row. "You apes overeat." The insult hung in the air, cold and vicious, aimed at children too young to understand the weight of such hatred. But their father understood, and his response would shake the airline to its core. "Watch until the end." Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Marcus, a self-made black CEO, had worked tirelessly to build his empire. From boardrooms in New York to investment hubs overseas, his name commanded respect. But success never erased the scars of prejudice he had endured since childhood. Now, traveling with his 3 sons, the triplets who were his pride, he wanted nothing more than to give them the world he had fought so hard to create. The flight was supposed to be a simple journey, a rare break to celebrate his children's achievements. Each of them had just completed their school year with honors, and Marcus had promised a vacation that would remind them how far their family had come. Seated in first class, the boys giggled together, innocent and full of excitement. Passengers around them smiled, charmed by their energy. But not everyone saw them that way. As the crew prepared for service, Marcus noticed the glances and the subtle eye rolls directed at his sons. It was the kind of unease he had learned to spot instantly. What he didn't know was how quickly those stares would turn into words that left scars deeper than hunger ever could. When the dinner service began, trays rolled down the aisle with polished efficiency. Glasses of wine sparkled, silver lids lifted to reveal gourmet meals, and laughter filled the cabin. Marcus's sons sat patiently, watching as others received their plates. Their small hands rested on the armrests, eager but polite. But when the attendant reached their row, her tone shifted. Instead of the practiced smile she had shown the other families, her eyes narrowed. "No meals left for them," she said flatly, moving on as though the boys were invisible. Marcus leaned forward, stunned. He had seen the untouched trays stacked just a few seats away. His eldest, Jamal, whispered, "Daddy, are we not eating?" Marcus reassured him, though his chest tightened with anger. He pressed the call button, requesting clarification. The attendant returned, irritation etched into her face. And then came the words, sharp, cruel, and cutting through the hum of the cabin. "You apes overeat!" Gasps erupted. A couple nearby exchanged horrified looks. Another passenger shifted uncomfortably, choosing silence over confrontation. The boys froze, confusion clouding their innocent faces. Marcus felt his world tilt, the sting of the slur not just against him, but against his children, his legacy. He had faced racism before, but this was different. This was hatred poured directly onto the small shoulders of his sons. For a moment, rage threatened to consume him, but he forced himself to breathe. Every instinct screamed to respond, yet Marcus knew that power wielded recklessly could be dismissed. He had built his empire with discipline, and now he would wield it with precision. The flight wasn't over, but neither was this fight. The plane landed to the applause of weary passengers, but Marcus's heart thundered louder than the engines. As the doors opened, the crew lined up with their practiced smiles, oblivious to the storm about to break. Marcus rose, steady and commanding, his sons by his side. He turned to face the cabin, his voice calm yet resonant. "I am Marcus Reed, CEO of one of this airline's largest partners." A ripple of recognition spread. Phones lifted, recording. The crew's confidence drained as Marcus recounted in detail every slight, every cruel word hurled at his children. The line, "You apes eat too much," echoed again, this time carried by dozens of witnesses. Gasps filled the air. Passengers nodded, voices murmuring agreement. Marcus locked eyes with the attendant, whose face was now pale. Then he delivered the blow. The entire crew was dismissed, effective immediately. The fallout was immediate. News outlets picked up the story, and clips from passengers' phones went viral within hours. The image of a flight attendant insulting children with a racial slur spread like wildfire, igniting outrage across the world. The airline scrambled to issue statements, apologies dripping with urgency, but the damage was done. Stock prices dipped, reputations crumbled, and conversations about racism in the skies could no longer be ignored. For Marcus, it wasn't about revenge. It was about protecting his sons, about showing them that dignity cannot be negotiated. "You never let hate define you," he told them later, "but you never let it go unchallenged either." His decision resonated far beyond that flight. It became a symbol, a reminder that silence is complicity and justice requires courage. The question remains, how many silent stories like this exist, waiting to be told? Which country and city are you watching from? Take care.